Why doesn't God heal me? Frustrating. And I hate all of the cliche answers that most of us Christians give. Upfront and honest. Next on Pastor Bob Daily. Healing is such an emotional thing. We think it's just physical, that I have this ailment and I really want God to heal me. And that's kind of where I live, to be honest with you. I've had some health difficulties the last few years, and I would just love for God to take it all away. And I've asked Him many times. And I will be very honest with you and say that I've spent more than one day very frustrated with Him and saying, Lord, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you taking care of this? Don't you know that I could go full speed ahead a little more if I just didn't feel, well, a little drained, a little tired from a few things? And I would love to just be healed. Now, I don't want this to begin a bunch of speculation on what's wrong with Pastor Bob. I'm fine. I'm going to be fine. But I guess maybe when you get to be my age, sometimes there are just things that you'd sure like to have taken care of. And some days I feel those things a little more than others. I would love for that to happen. And I would love to tell you that every day I'm fine, I'm just trusting in the Lord and everything's okay. And that wouldn't be true. It's frustrating. It's frustrating because I don't know God's mind. And I wish I did. It would make things a lot easier, wouldn't it? If we could just figure out what God's doing all of the time, man, life would be so much simpler. Or would it? The one thing that I've realized over all of these years of serving the Lord, the biggest thing is that God continues to allow me to be dependent on Him as my Father. That's a really important thing. He allows me the opportunity to grow spiritually, to come to Him in times of trouble. And it's those times, not the good times, but the difficult times generally, where I grow the closest to Him. And sitting at this point in my life looking back, I get that. I really do get that. But I won't lie to you, I have those days when I say, okay, Lord, we have a pretty good thing going. Could we just let this one slip? Would you just heal this little thing? There's two things that I've realized about healing that I think are really important. Number one is that a lot of healing has to do with forgiveness. It really does. When we harbor unforgiveness and bitterness in our hearts, it takes a toll on so many areas of our lives, including our health. And so that's a process for me. I keep saying, Lord, show me if there's anyone that I need to forgive or any situation that I need to forgive. Forgetting is one thing, and there's some things I can't forget. That's the way your mind works, but forgiving is another. So, Lord, show me where I need to forgive. And the other is, Lord, show me those other things that you need to heal that you feel like are more important. Do I believe that God heals? Yes. Do I believe that God always heals? Yes. I just don't always realize what He's healing. And, that's a cop-out that a lot of Christians use when they talk about healing, but it really has been true in my life. When I look back on some of those times, and those times it seemed like the darkest, God knew that what I needed more than anything was emotional healing in one way or another, or spiritual healing. When I come to God and I say, Lord, here is the top of my list. Here are the things I want you to heal, this and this and this and this. And of course, they're all physical things. And God says, wow, that's interesting because those are way down on the list, on my list. I have all these other things that are first, all these other things that I feel like are more important to you. And I'm thankful for that, even though I can't see them, even though there are days that frustrates me a lot. I know whom I have believed, And I know that He's able to keep that which I've entrusted in Him until that day. And I know Father knows best. God bless you. Have a great day.